Hello everybody, welcome to the Mike Show. As you know, Martha is in Palm Beach at a Tony Robbins UPW event. She's having fun. I'm getting pictures and it looks like a blast. But I am here with Herman the dog here. It's Herman today. Herman the dog, say hi, Herman. Yesterday you got Cookie. Today you get Herman the dog. He's here with us live and in person. So hey, today, this video is about how should I make my YouTube thumbnails. The tagline here is, do this to never get it wrong. Yes, I am going to make that claim that if you do these two things I'm going to teach you today about YouTube thumbnails, you will never get it wrong. Okay, if this is your first time here, or if you haven't done this yet, make sure that whenever you're watching these daily lives that you subscribe, you comment on the actual video in the comment section, not in the live chat over on the side, and then that you share on Martha's personal page or her Facebook business page, and you get a chance to win stuff like free swag from Martha's swag shop. You get a little tap on the shoulder and you said, hey, you won. And chances are, hey, if you keep playing, you're gonna win. You're an early adopter. I see you all coming in there on the chat. At the end, if we have time, we're going to go ahead and answer those questions and talk to you and interact with you all. But hey, okay, so as you know, yesterday, so we're doing like a week about YouTube because like Martha's gone and I'm like the resident Martha Krejci company YouTube guy, right, Herman? Right, Herman's like my second lieutenant on YouTube. There's his little head, yeah. So yesterday, as you know, and if you didn't watch yesterday's video, there should be a link in the description for yesterday's video, but we talked about how long should your YouTube videos be, right? That's the burning question. And as I explained, I go through the philosophy as I'm here to be like your anti-guru, right? I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear about the topic. So I'm following that same philosophy here when we're talking about thumbnails. And that's really why I chose not to tell you how you should make your thumbnails. Like I'm not here to tell you that, oh, you should, you should use Adobe InDesign, you should use Canva. I mean, I really think, so I'm a graphic designer. So I use Adobe products. My mind thinks that way. My mind dreams that way at night in Adobe. But I'm also understand how frustrating that can be. And I don't want to say you should do it this way. We've had lots of clients and students that do it on their own, like through Canva, even Adobe products. And then we've had students that hire it out and have great success that way. Hey, everyone, I see you coming in there. So I am not your guru in that aspect. I don't really think, I think that's part of the, when you watch videos about how you should make them and you get suggestions about how you should make them technically, I think that's really stuff that you want to hear. And then chances are, if you're like me, when I was first starting out, I got frustrated, right? Because there's a huge learning curve for all that stuff. And I think that it really comes down to, we get these imposter syndrome ideas that we're not good enough, that why should we be doing this? I'm not a pro, I don't know what I'm doing. And to be completely honest with you, I cannot give you value. I cannot help you overcome that in a 10-minute YouTube video, okay? You know, if you're struggling with your mindset as far as how you create thumbnails technically, you know, I really think I'm going to recommend this because I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't. I would really reach out to our team by messaging Martha's Facebook page, Living the Dream with Martha. Let's do this. And I mean, we could even really have you work with one of our business strategists and figure out, get clarity on your message and find the time to be able to do this, to combat the imposter syndrome, getting over this and just stepping into your authentic self and being able to ignite this drive and this passion to create this for yourself, if that's what you want to do. I would really recommend this. message Martha's Facebook business page. Let's do this. Let's see where we can get you in and help push the needle on your business. Okay. All right. So I have essentially 2 gold nuggets for you. Well, 3 gold nuggets. First one is I have a confession to make because, hey, this is Mike. You know Mike's wacky. He's going to come on here and do wacky stuff and try to entertain you. What if I told you I was a guy that shaved his armpits? I shaved my armpits. Look, proof positive. I'm an armpit shaver. What do you think about that? Are you offended? I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about the elephant in the room. If you said, oh, is Mike like a guy that shaves his armpits? Yes, I am. We have that out of the way. Okay, first gold nugget. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show this. So how do we know that we're making the right thumbnails for our audience? Because there's going to be gurus out there that say, oh, you know, put a picture of yourself, put text, don't put text, use primary colors, yellow, blue, red, use that. That's how it works. Do that. You know, the gurus are telling you to try something. They're giving you an experiment, and chances are that experiment is going to lead into further frustration, and you're going to move on to a new guru, get frustrated, move on to a new one. So that's what I'm here to solve for you. So I'm going to show you how to do this correctly and basically create the best thumbnail possible for your specific audience. This is what we do. This is what I do on the YouTube channel for Martha Krejci Company. So let's jump right into it. Herman's very excited. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. This first gold nugget involves a big, scary metric called impressions click-through rate, okay? So let's think of this. This is the back end of our YouTube channel, YouTube Studio. What is a thumbnail for? What's the purpose of a YouTube thumbnail? It's to get your video watched, right? Like, it's like a book cover. And in this sense, people really are judging the book by the cover with your YouTube videos. So what if I told you there was a metric that could tell you, well, it's also the title too. So the big determining factors to if someone like searches your video and finds you and clicks on your video is title and thumbnail. I personally believe that thumbnail is way more important than the title, but I also put emphasis on the titles too. So how can we tell what thumbnails and titles are more attractive to the audience we're trying to attract? You can tell. You are able to tell. YouTube wants you to succeed. They don't do much to help you in the beginning to succeed, but they want you to succeed, and success leaves clues, friends. So what you want to do is you want to go to your YouTube Studio. You want to have some videos already made. You don't have to worry about how many views they're getting or how much interactions they're getting, because this isn't really dependent on views, okay? This is like a percentage that's going to show you. So I go to analytics, and don't worry about all this intimidating stuff. It's scary. Go to see more here, okay? And this brings up, you know, like a massive set of data. And over here on the right is impressions click-through rate, okay? So I click on that and it aggregates everything by that. And you'll see, I actually just Googled to see what a good impression, like a click-through impression rate is, and it's like 3. And this is not typical. You see a lot of these that are like 33%. You know, it's probably because there's a pretty picture of Martha on them. But that's part of it. I want you to like look at your videos, and I want you to go over here and see what videos are getting the highest impression click-through rate, because those are the videos that people are clicking. So an impression is it shows the video to a viewer, like on the side of the screen or through search, right? So the impressions click-through rate means that those are the ones that are getting clicked by your audience or your prospective audience the most. So what you want to do when designing or when making your thumbnails is you want to emulate the thumbnail design of those videos that had a really high impressions click-through rate. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So if something's working, why not scale that, right? So if you see, like, I mean, a lot of these are really old videos, but a lot of this is carried over. Like, we still put text on the side and everything, because that's what we were finding is the people were interested in those types of thumbnails, so they hence clicked on the video and watched it. So when people say, oh, you know, text is always going to work, just put a picture, that's always going to work. It's always going to work for some people. It's always going to work differently for some people. But in our case, that's what we rolled with, and that's what works. Okay, so that's gold nugget number one, folks. The other gold nugget, this is like a hack, which I always love to do. And I've done this before. I've showed people this before. Let me get to YouTube search. I've got all this stuff up on my screen that you don't see that I have to navigate through. Okay, so YouTube search. Here's the other thing I like to do is I like to actually compete with competitors on YouTube. Like, I actually like to see if we can stand out from the competitors. So let's say, okay, so you probably wouldn't be making this, but you can see I already searched for it. YouTube's the second biggest search engine in the world. So lots of people are finding you. There's a huge potential to find a new audience through YouTube search, right? So let's say if I was, let's just say you can already see, here you can see my search. Look at that. You can see what I've been searching for. Imposter syndrome, Margaret Mead interview, Facebook outage, pan-fried filet mignon. Yeah, that's probably search history. So let's say I searched for how I make a YouTube. Let's say I made this, well, this is what I'm making the video for. So if you're gonna make a video, let's say you're making a video for how you should make your YouTube thumbnails. Search for that and look at the search results. Look at those thumbnails, right? What is that showing? And then you see actually our video here that's happening right now is the number 3 search result, which is awesome. Hey, that's cool. We're number 3 on these keywords right now. I don't know if you notice how awesome that is. But look at these thumbnails. So these are the most searched videos around this topic. And you can do this with any topic. If you want to do imposter syndrome, if you want to do essential oils, if you want to do aromatherapy, look at their thumbnails. Look at your competitors' thumbnails. But more importantly, look at how you can stand out from theirs. So, like, how could you design a thumbnail that stands out from these? I want you to go back later into this video because I can't upload the thumbnail for this video right now, but I will probably in like a couple hours after I go lift weights at the gym. But come back in and look at the thumbnail I designed because it's going to stand out from theirs. It might not be fancy. It's not going to have a pretty picture of Martha on there. But come back and look because I specifically try to stand out from the competition based on those keywords. So that's gold nugget number 2. Hopefully that's completely comprehensible for you. If not, feel free to come back into the video on Facebook or here, and I'll reach out to you as my channel here. But yeah, what do you think? Is that helpful? Let's see what you're saying. Morning, Martina. Morning, Kat. Hey, Judith, how we doing? Sorry about the armpit thing. I just, trying to be my authentic self with you. Because we were at Speakeasy, Steve Stim's Speakeasy, and Jesse Elder was there, who was like, I really, I didn't know who he was, but he was just transformational. And he basically talked about every entrepreneur has, about their entrepreneurial personalities based on 3 things, which he says, authenticity, power, and clarity. And I'm high authenticity. Like when you get these three things down, authenticity, power, and clarity, you're unstoppable, right? And I have authenticity down. If I'm willing to show you my armpits, I don't know. Ooh, get attention. Yeah. Good morning, Melissa. Question, Tara. Love it. Will you do a social media analysis for HBR students anytime soon? The last one you did with Swati Prakash was helpful. Oh yeah, the visual reviews. I can start doing those too. Again, I was thinking of just, I was thinking of starting them up like one day a week and just doing them on the fly. Like, because before I would have them send me all their stuff, and I thought that would help me be more prepared, but actually, I actually think it's more fun to do it on the fly. So maybe we'll start doing them every week. You tell me, you all tell me when you'd like to do them, and if you'd like to do them, and then like a system to pick a contestant, because it's like a game show, you know. Like, what could we do? Could we do like virtual rock paper scissors or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments here on YouTube, not in the live chat, but in the comments, because once the video's over, the live chat is kind of null and void. Or let me know on the Facebook video in 7 Figures from Home. Those are wonderful nuggets. Thank you, Heather. Morning, happy I popped in accidentally. I actually read that as pooped. Sorry, it's popped. Happy I pooped in accidentally. Oh, he calls it poop. Let's see. I love the idea of comparing with the competitors. All right, you have competitors. You do. You're always going to have competitors. This is not going in and looking at how they're doing it is not an unethical thing. Okay. As you know, Martha and I are a lot of business events, and you can't steal ideas. You can't steal business ideas from people. And in fact, the best speakers tell you that you can't steal anything from me. I mean, Steve Sims says that. He's one of my mentors. Love the guy. You can't steal anything from me. They're right. All these business growth ideas and these hacks, they're not proprietary. And chances are they all learned them from other people, and they're essentially just recycling it and pushing it back out, because the right person is right for the right message, okay? That's really what I'm hoping you see with this YouTube stuff is like, I don't just want to regurgitate what the gurus out there are telling you. I want to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Let's see, Tara. I checked my YouTube analytics for the first time just now, and I had way more views than I expected, and average view time was 6 minutes. Awesome. 6 minutes is great. Tara, you are able to capture a person's attention for 6 minutes. That is a huge win. Like I said in yesterday's video, some people don't even spend 6 minutes with their children. I mean, not to give a guilt trip there, but like 6 minutes is magical. Embrace that. It's a blessing. Let's see. Yeah, on the fly is ultra authentic. Yep. Thank you, love it. I need this because on thumbnails, I'm about list, LOL. Oh, so like, what do you mean? Like you put lists on, or you put words and stuff on there, or you put, is it like a PowerPoint slide? Let me know. Okay. All right. I got to pop out of here. I'm going over time. I'm like being hypocritical of my own messages here. But it's hard. It's hard to stay under 20 minutes. Man, I feel bad for telling Martha that she's got to stay under 20 minutes. It's hard. All right. Talk to me in the comments of this video, or talk to me on the video in Facebook and our 7 Figures from Home group. All right. Love you all. God bless you. Bye-bye.